Okay, this is July 26th, 2022. What is it? Tuesday evening. Okay, I've done some research on the birth rates throughout the United States, and during the 20s, which was called the Roaring 20s, the birth rate reached up till 1929 up to 27% per capita. Then it dropped down to the 20s, 20. During the Great Depression, which I believe lasted about 10 years. Then in the 1940s, the birth rate was about 20%. And then in the 1950s, it reached 24 to 25%, peaking out at about 25. So looking at it, just looking down at the chart, um, the birth rate is affected by economics. When the economic times are good, the birth rate goes up. When economic times go bad, they drop. And then the war, that's why I was saying we had, like in our neighborhood, let's say a family had 3 children. There was an older sibling born in the 40s. And then there wasn't another sibling. Let's say they had 3 siblings. So they had one born in the 1940s, say 47. Then they didn't have another child till about 54 and 57. And I said, why in the world? I mean, you have a child in 1947 and then you don't have another child till 53. That's 6 years, right? And take another family, they had 6 children. They had one in maybe 46 and then 49. And then they had the other 4 in the 50s, like, well, right up to 60. So there could be a 10-year gap because the older siblings were called the silent generation, not the baby boomers, and they were from like the 1920s through the 1940s, which is odd. I think 1945 was a cutoff. But like I'm saying, I could look at individual families, and there was always an older, and they had like the West Side Story, and they dressed more conformed, they dressed more dressy, Madrid shirts and, A-line dresses and even dresses that pluffed out stuff. Where my generation into blue jeans and bell bottoms and stuff. So it was like it was like you could look at an individual family of 4. There was a sibling that was born in 1946, and then there's a sibling born in 52, 53, and 57. All almost in the same age bracket, 53 through 57, all playmates. But the one that was born in 45 or 47, they were older. They were not playmates. They were outside the playmates. So every family was like that. It's just saying, I don't know why that is. Okay, but it did caught my attention. Yeah, they had a birth rate of 27 in 1929. Then it dropped down to 18, 19. You can look it up, birth rates through the decades, USA. Thank you. Odd stuff.